kind of like it. Should we just carry on like this?
Let me introduce you to Ruby's new colour scheme.
I think I was going to put it there.
Backing plate.
For the fuse board, yeah.
Looks pretty tidy.
Does look tidy.
Look at it, and that's our painted dashboard. Now you're all going to tell us in the comments how clean and wonderful it looks. And hit that like button.
Like the dashboard.
Like the dashboard, literally. Give it a thumbs up. For a bit. Wave it in front of the camera.
Spider one. Actually, I can put that on the dashboard now.
Right, end of the week.
Trying to get this done for the weekend.
Where did we get to then? So you've explained why.
Why we swapped it.
Yeah. So what have you done then? Since we last spoke. Oh.
Quite a lot. Realise I've already made a mistake.
Oh.
It's hard.
What's the mistake?
I didn't put a fuse in for the side light.
What was the mistake?
I didn't put a fuse for the side lights. Because I thought they were fused by the switch, but they're not. So I need to add them into the fuse board, which is fine. I've moved stuff around and figured it out. So it's not a problem.
Just more work.
Well, it's just realising before you get too far and it's all installed, and then
you get to do something like, oh, it's not working.
you're like, oh, well, I don't think we get that far. But before you like have it all nice, and then you realise you've just got like a wire there that doesn't go anywhere. So gonna do that, and then this is basically wired, so it needs to be connected to that. I've had to modify it a little bit with our two non-standard relays.
What's that?
Because they're non-standard relays, so they don't fit in a standard relay pattern. So this is the intermittent wipe and this is the headlights, and neither will fit in this pattern. So I've taken the relays apart and glued them in, and then put the covers back on the other side so that we can still use those relays. Everything else fits in. Just need to buy 2 more. And yeah, I'm gonna tackle it.
Exciting. Good luck, Rolf. Whilst Willow sorts out the electrics, I'm going to try and crack on with the interior. And one of the first things I need to do is tidy up this shithole, because it's a bit of a shit tip and can't do anything at the moment. Okay, so what we are planning on doing is undoing all of our headlining here, all the way down, and then we're going to pull this off and put some sort of epoxy filler on that isn't fabric, that we can like paint and just wipe and keep clean, because we've tried to glue this and it ain't working. So we've got the screws out and it's looking like this. So I'm going to try and pull all the headlining away and put the screws back in so they don't get lost really, because we're terrible at losing things, and then move on to the next.
I kind of like it. Should we just carry on like this?
Just sleep like that.
Really good ventilation.
Just what you want in like Argentina.
Getting there.
Yeah.
Look at this disaster. It's all coming down. Destruction. Ah. Ah. Oh. It's going to be so nice when it's done.
What's the plan?
So we want to put like a filler on top and paint it, and then maybe decorate it with a fancy world map or something. Is the plan? You happy with how the cabinet's coming?
Yeah, I think it looks so much nicer. This bit's a bit gross, but I didn't even realise it was gross till I took it out, so I'm guessing once I put it back in I won't notice either, and it will be less gross, so. So you filmed the bit that I fucked up. You're a bad boy. You are. Explain this, Brandon. What did you do with this? Millie wouldn't do that. Okay. I thought this would be a good point to explain how it's an upgrade and how it works, because you can still see all the wiring. If you look, we're going to use the original system, and then we're going to add in another feed to handle everything that is additional. So basically what happens is, here is the original. So this is main power. So this still goes into the fuse board, and it's still going to power up the things that it used to power up, like the hazard light switches and stuff like that. Then what happens is this wire was connected to this one up here, this red main wire, and this is the point where it changes the outputs to ignition. So the red wire is the feed in from the fuse board. It comes in to the ignition switch, and then from the ignition switch back out you get two additional feeds here. Now I've just mounted them like this so that if in the future I want to take the fuse board off, I can undo them here easily, and it has space to drop forward, because otherwise the wires are going to be pretty short and it's going to be really hard to get access to anything. They're also not long enough anyway to reach into the fuse board, so that's the reason for these connectors. So these are going to power what they used to power: washers, wipers, lights, that kind of thing, because that's the load they were designed to take. And what will also happen is that one of these, this wire here, the one with the bigger load, will power up this relay. And this relay then allows all of the other load and all these extra things to be drawn off this big wire here at the back. That comes in, it's fused at the battery, but it is also fused here because I needed to connect these points, and a fuse seemed a logical way to connect them anyway. And that will take all of the extras that will do the Subaru dome, the heating, the roof lights, everything like that. So hopefully you can see how we've kind of piggybacked off the old system. So we've used it to power up an additional load that will hopefully not put so much stress on the old wiring. And now I just have to, you know, tidy this, but there's only so much we can tidy without the dashboard, because stuff like this is directly connected into the dash. So until that's in place, also the wiper motor, which we're waiting on parts for. But yeah.
Right, in our last video, we asked you guys whether we should change Ruby's colour or not. And we listened, and we've decided to have a complete change. So, let me introduce you to Ruby's new colour scheme. Now obviously she isn't finished, but you get the idea. We've also decided that she's gonna have a new colour. We might as well just change her name as well. So she's no longer gonna be called Ruby. She's gonna be called the Overlanding Beast. So that's how we're getting on. Let us know what you think of the colour and name in the comments below. It is Monday the 27th, which means we've been in the garage just over 3 weeks. And whilst we've got some stuff done, we still have a hell of a lot to get finished before we leave here. And time is quickly getting away from us. I'm gonna take you around Ruby and see where we've got to. So the front panel has been pretty much prepped, but they've just got 1 or 2 bits that need filling. They also need to put our mount back on for the spare wheel. And there's obviously these pieces here that need doing around the windscreen. Willow spent all day yesterday doing the electrics. She didn't come in until about 9 o'clock.
Takes longer than you think.
So where are you at to then?
Actually, it doesn't look like much, but it's really close.
Let's have a quick butchers. So you've got the speaker terminal-y things.
This is the central locking.
Central
receiver.
locking.
That's why this is here, because it's the signal receiver.
Okay.
That's for to put all our sound system together. This is here mocked up. It's
For the motors, but we're getting new parts sent from our friend Mike in the US.
We're getting new spindles, but this is just here so I could rewire the electrical connector to the correct length for the fuse board. All of this stuff here is like radio, and it just needs the radio to come in. These are all the same, they're like switches on the dash, so they can't be wired in yet. So what I have to do now is I've just got a couple of odds and ends that needed to be added in, and this.
What's that? Don't know. I love it.
There are 3 mystery wires.
Mike said label and crackle and pop.
Yeah. Well, I figured out which one the reverse lights was, and it's not the one we thought, it was the other one. So the reverse lights, I know that. So now I have this random black one, and then I have 2 blue ones, and one of them was the old fog light wiring to the rear, which we lost
it one day. It just disappeared.
He just hit it on the floor and it came off. So one of them I'm pretty sure is the rear amp. It has an ignition trigger. And the other one I honestly have no idea.
Funsies.
So I guess we'll see what just doesn't work, and then we'll know it's that.
Can you not just give it a power anyway and see what happens?
Well, that's what I'm going to do. So soon I'm going to power up the fuse board. Make sure like nothing is blows up, yeah, and then we can test a few of the, I mean there's not much of the systems on here,
okay.
Really. We can check the rear lights. That's about it. So yeah.
So we're getting there?
We are getting there.
What's the target for this week then?
Well, it would be lovely if we could, this is going to definitely be finished, but maybe not today, but tomorrow. It would be really nice if we could get the headlining done.
Yeah. And the gearbox parts should be in Quito by the end of this week, which means we can head back in and deliver them to the gearbox specialist. Anything else? We want them to start getting Ruby on the ramp at some point and start on the suspension.
Really crack on, but also when we're in Quito, we have a whole list of some jobs, don't we? Like we're gonna get some more of the cosmetic stuff sorted, like the door cards, because Millie the mop has been sleeping on our door card. It is no longer.
Oh, they're not usable after she's been on them.
It is not viable.
She's a filthy girl.
She is disgusting. Cute, but disgusting.
And I told them that we're changing Ruby's colour scheme and her name. Is that true?
Sounds ironic. Give you that much. Might be.
Might be.
Might be.
I have to see what people think about it.
The machine!
The machine! Okay, so that's where we're at the moment. So we'll leave it there. And I guess we'll see these guys in a couple of days with more updates.
Yeah, next time you see this, it's gonna be in all of this.
Banger, mate. Catch you guys next time. This is what a kitten looks like helping.
It's very helpful.
Is that right?
First place.
Crack.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.